What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and I'm sure a lot of you all have already seen this, especially my true crime peeps. I know that you already know all about this, but Gypsy Rose was released from prison today, and I have some thoughts and opinions on this that I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, full disclosure, I was not following this case as it was happening. Yeah, I heard some things about it, and afterwards I watched the TV show, of course, but I wasn't really following the case as it played out. So I'm sure a lot of you know certain details about this that I don't. But what I do know is that Gypsy's mom was an evil, manipulative, just a disgusting lady. And looking at what Gypsy Rose winded up doing to her mother, it's kind of hard to blame her considering what her mother put her through. So I'm not here today angry that she got out of jail. This is how the cards played out. She's out of jail. She deserves to live her life and to not be bothered by anyone. She deserves to not be bothered by anyone. But that's not what she wants. She doesn't want to get out of jail and go and live a quiet life hoping that no one bothers her about her past. No. It appears to me that she wants to get out of jail and basically be viewed as a celebrity. I think she understands this this fascination that people have with true crime nowadays. I think that she understands, hey, you know, there's been TV shows made about me, things of that nature. She understands, the mentality that people have in America these days. And she views it as a way to slingshot herself into fortune and fame. And, I've seen a lot of people online questioning, do you think she's going to do an interview? Do you think she's going to do this? Will she do that? Will she just disappear? Well, folks, apparently, she's already got a camera crew following her around. And I'm not talking about paparazzi. Everyone was curious. Will she speak out? Will she do this? She's already filming a documentary. From the moment she stepped out of prison, the camera crews were already there. They're already there. They're already filming. They're already putting together a documentary. Her boyfriend, husband, whatever you want to call him, pulls up in the Hitman Cadillac, takes her shopping as a lifetime camera crew follows them around the store. And just like that, she goes from prison to celebrity. And while I don't have a problem with her getting out, I do have a problem with us glorifying things like this. I have a problem with people like this becoming rich and famous celebrities for what? For being a victim of, some crazy things that your mother did. And this is one of my main problems with modern day society here in America. Incentivizing victimhood. The victimhood status, being a victim, it's worth its weight in gold. It's more expensive than gold. It's worth more than gold. Being a victim. And I think Gypsy realizes that. I think that she realizes that just as well as I do. I know a lot of people don't realize that, but hey, this woman has a camera crew following her around. She's going ahead and getting that money. She understands that now is the time to capitalize on things like this. Because we live in a country where any and everyone is getting famous and rich for the most nonsensical things. The Catch Me Outside girl is worth over $100 million now. It's like you used to have some type of talent to reach a certain status. In today's day and age, you don't have to have any talent. You don't have to do anything at all. You just have to do something stupid, maybe. Maybe be a victim or a fake victim of something. And listen, what Gypsy went through with her mother is horrible. We all know that. But do we need a keeping up with Gypsy Rose? Does she need to become the next Kardashian over what she went through? And people all around this country, they're watching stuff like this. Why do you think we have so many fake hate crimes going on? Your Jussie Smollett's. It's because people understand being a victim of something has value. So they fake hate crimes. Why do you think you see everyone in today's day and age, everyone is so overly sensitive? Most of them are not really that sensitive, but they understand, oh, if I can find my one golden opportunity, if I could find that one viral victim moment, I can be boosted into superstardom. And we go from a day and age where people were creating such beautiful artwork. People were singing such beautiful songs. Your big screens were playing some of the best movies you could ever possibly imagine. Sports was better. Everything was better. And that's because people had to strive to be better. You didn't want to be a victim. You wanted to do something else, to do something positive. Now people are realizing I don't have to be creative. I don't have to get up every day and work hard. I can just play a victim. I could just be a victim. Fingers crossed. Oh, please, something horrible happened to me. So I can capitalize off of it. Instead of getting out here, busting my arse, blood, sweat, and tears to make something happen. Instead of hustling and grinding to make something of yourself, to make something happen. Instead of trying to put something positive out into the universe, instead of having any body of work at all, people are realizing, why do that? When I can just be a victim or a fake victim of something, and I can bypass all of that, and I can be put on this pedestal. Because that's what we're doing in America. We're putting victims on pedestals. We're showering them with gifts and attention, like they're the freaking king and queen. Back in the day, you used to hope that nothing bad happened to you. Back in the day, you would hear stories like Gypsy Rose's story, and you would thank the heavens, thank you, Lord, my mama wasn't like that. Nowadays, kids are looking like, hell, Gypsy's lucky. Look, she's on TV. She's got documentaries. She's worth millions of dollars. Because that victimhood status is worth more than gold. And I personally don't have anything personal against Gypsy Rose. But I'm wise enough to understand that when a human being has to deal with something that she dealt with, when someone is raised and dealing with someone who is manipulative as Gypsy Rose's mother on a day-to-day basis, some of those tactics, some of those ways will rub off on you. So I can guarantee you that Gypsy Rose is manipulating the situation to work in her favor as well. And I don't blame Gypsy Rose for this. I don't blame Gypsy for capitalizing off of this. I blame society for operating this way. Gypsy should get out of prison. Everyone, regardless if you're happy, whatever. Okay, news break, she's out of prison. Okay, never have to hear about it again. Go live your life. Hopefully you can find people who don't judge you. You could find your niche. You could have a family. You can do whatever you want to do. Try to live whatever positive, constructive life you can. That's what should be happening here. But in America, there's this obsession with true crime. And there's this obsession with victims. There's this obsession with, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What is there? How can I put this? I understand that some people could find Gypsy Rose's, they could find her story interesting. I found it interesting. But is there a need for anything else? We've heard the story. She did her time. She's out. Is there a need for her to be boosted into celebrity status? Do we need 3 documentaries? Do we need a reality show about this woman? Do we need other little girls looking up to Gypsy Rose now? No, we don't need that. We don't need that. And I feel like that's one of the major things that is wrong with our society today. So understand this little rant that I'm going on, it's not really directed necessarily at Gypsy Rose because it's not her fault. This is just the world that we're living in. And she's smart enough to manipulate her way into, like I said, capitalizing off of her situation. And I believe that she's loving it. I believe that she is eating it up. And she's already talking about possibly meeting Taylor Swift at the Kansas City Chiefs game this weekend. And all types of stuff like that. Just imagine. From being in prison for killing your mom to meeting Taylor Swift and having your own reality show. That there shouldn't really be a pipeline from sitting in prison for killing your mom to getting out of jail. The same day you get out of jail, you automatically got this check in a new reality show, and you're pipelining straight towards meeting Taylor Swift at a Chiefs game. Think about that. Really think about that. That doesn't sound wrong to you. You don't see anything kind of wonky or off about that? And how do you think this affects the psyche, the mentality of other people? Sure, me and you, we may be solid. We may have a certain set of core values. We may not be unhinged like a lot of these other people, but man, people are freaking crazy. And if you think for 1 second that other people aren't looking, observing, trying to figure out how they can pattern a way to success like this, then I don't know what to tell you. We live in a copycat society. We live in a copycat world. And this is just the latest example of how we glorify victimhood. We glorify victims. And it's not helping our society at all. Since we've been doing this, look around. Has society gotten any better? No. Not at all. People are doing the bare minimum. If anything, they're not adding to our society. They're taking away from our society, but we're putting them on these pedestals. So, regardless of how you feel about the situation, regardless of how you feel about Gypsy Rose, I want to know, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this conversation that I'm having right now? When you look at Gypsy, when you think of her story, do you think that she deserves to be a big celebrity on the cover of every magazine that you're watching on the entertainment channel, or you're watching on your Peacock or whatever streaming service? Do you really think that we need that? Do you think that that is adding anything positive to our society? Do you think that's taking us a positive route? Do you think it's adding anything of value? Or do you think it's just dumbing people down, dragging people down? And like I said, glorifying being a victim. No one, you shouldn't want to be a victim. You shouldn't crave being a victim. You shouldn't wake up every morning, step foot out of your bed, step foot out of your door, and find a way to be a victim. But that's what everyone is doing. And that's why everything is so miserable. That's why you can't have jokes. You can't tell jokes. You can't act normal. Everyone is so miserable because everyone is chasing That dragon, that victimhood dragon. How can I be a victim? How can I be offended today? What can I be offended by today that I can complain about online and hopefully get 50 likes on Twitter? Or hopefully I get 20 likes on Facebook because someone said something mean to me. This latest thing that's going on with Gypsy Rose is just adding to that. It's just adding to this mentality that is dragging us down. And that's my issue with it. Let me know what you think, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you're feeling generous, you can send a direct donation via CashApp. I'll have my CashApp in the pinned comment of this video. You could also donate via Super Thanks or for free. You could help the channel by sharing the video, liking the video, subscribing, ringing that notification bell, and all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.